Wake up. I'm awake.
I'm here.
We're here.
We did it.
We woke up for the game.
We watched the whole thing, and it wasn't great.
Yeah,
it wasn't
so
great.
Before we go any further, if you haven't seen the game, don't keep watching.
Just get out.
Go watch the game and then come back. Or, we're gonna ruin it for you. You might be okay with it.
Yeah, you might already know by now. It was a very historic result. So,
historically bad.
Historically bad. Historically bad.
Yup. That's exactly what it was. It wasn't great for the U.S.
Yeah,
it was very good for Sweden.
Great for Sweden.
Happy for them.
Really happy for them in their highlighter uniforms.
Highlighter. It was too bright for television.
But, I mean, it was kind of good for this early hour of...
It made it so I could see it, through my half-closed eyes.
Yeah,
it was,
exactly.
Just blurry. No one had to put their contacts in this morning. They could just watch and be like, oh, okay, Sweden's winning. Cool.
Yeah,
you can tell.
Cool. There's a lot of Sweden players and no U.S. Women's National Team players. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. It made it look like we were really outnumbered. It was nice.
Truly did. But yeah, U.S. lost 3-0.
3-0.
Not a result we've seen.
3-0. Yeah, it was not since 2017, I think I saw.
I think that's right.
Yeah, it was not since the 2017 She Believes Cup, which is just okay.
Yeah, not a loss. First loss for Vlatko.
Yeah.
Right?
We're gonna lose hard.
Yeah, I mean, he made it a memorable one, so
yeah.
good for him there, I guess. But yeah, it just wasn't a good outing for them.
Yeah.
Not only did they lose, they didn't play well.
It wasn't a good game. It didn't go. Yeah, I don't know. It was so bad. It was the worst I'd ever seen them play.
They looked flat.
Yeah,
they looked
not since the Spain
tired.
game. I think that was the worst I'd seen.
This was an entirely different kind of bad too.
Yes,
they looked disconnected. No one was
just no transition.
Transition. No one was moving as a group. Sweden did a really good job of cutting off all their passing lanes, interrupting kind of all of their movement, and they had their number.
Yeah, it was just okay. You think this is gonna be easy? I can't. Yoink.
Yep. And it was interesting. We got to see Julie Ertz come on.
Yeah, it was okay. She's alive. She can run.
That's good.
She can play.
Good things.
She made a good tackle pretty early on, which instilled some confidence, I think.
Yeah, but I think we thought we'd see more of a game change when she and Carly Lloyd came in, and we did not.
Yeah, not enough, I think.
Enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, didn't end well.
Mm-mm.
Right through the end, too, Sweden won.
Yeah, it was just a full 90 minutes of an ass kicking. It was a good, solid beating.
What do you think that means for the rest of the tournament?
I think we're not going to hit the panic button just yet. We knew this game was going to be hard. I'm on the team. I'm like Drake on the sideline of a Raptors game.
Yes.
We worked really hard. We tried our best, but we knew this game was going to be hard. It was circled on the calendar, so maybe that was kind of in their heads. But I think it really depends on how they respond. If they come out the same way against New Zealand, then yeah, we're in trouble. But I think it's a little early to tell. I don't want to give up hope yet. I know they're still a very good team, but they can't bring that shit back.
No.
Yes. It's let's leave that in the locker room. Let's be a goldfish, as our friend Ted Lasso says. We just gotta forget about it.
Exactly. And to your point, I don't think it's time to hit the panic button yet. I'm not worried about them not getting out of the group stages at this point. But
yeah,
they definitely need to change something.
Yeah.
So, but what do you think? What do you think they need to change?
I think they need to be sleepy. No, that's their problem.
That's what they did.
That's what they did, and that's what they need to change. But the good news is the knockout stage is pretty generous with their
absolutely.
It's you just have to not come in third in your group and have a high goal differential. So or low goal. Is it like golf? Is it like golf where it's a low goal differential? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Well, a high positive.
Okay.
So that you don't want it to be extremely negative.
Gotcha. Which kind of is now.
Yeah, it's not a good start there, actually.
Gotta change that.
That said, I'm not worried too much about New Zealand or Australia, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, we'll see. But we are in your college town.
We are in my college town currently, en route to Kansas City.
En route to Kansas City, where we're gonna have some fun there. But were there any fun things you did to stay awake in college?
Oh, you mean because we're gonna be sleeping weird hours for the next couple weeks?
Sleeping weird hours, yeah.
Yeah, not sleeping.
Yeah.
I didn't really drink coffee in college, which I don't know how I survived without it.
I don't know how that works.
I don't either. I just kind of didn't have a normal sleep schedule. I would go to bed often at like 4 or 5 a.m. and then wake up at like 2. It wasn't great, but the closest thing I usually came to was like the Starbucks lattes.
I like those, like the cold ones and the
like frappuccino-y ones that were barely coffee and mostly sugar.
Yes.
So it's that and a lot of caffeine. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty solid in the coffee gang by the time I went to college, and I had one of those meal plans that was just like, yeah, go in the dining room, get what you need, and coffee all the time. But if it was like a night out, we had this wonderful tradition called shotgun o'clock.
Shotgun o'clock.
Yes. It's kind of hard to explain in words, but I think if I showed you, you might understand it.
Why don't you show me?
So, whenever the night was getting rowdy, and we were like, oh, I don't know, maybe I should go home. All it took was one person to say, shotgun o'clock, and we were like, shotgun o'clock! And so, shotgun o'clock with some Starbucks double shot energy is what's going to get me through these trying times.
These trying times being the late hours or early hours.
Early hours, late hours, what time is it?
I don't know. Fair point. All right, what flavor do you have?
I have a mocha
Beautiful.
flavor, which is coffee chocolate?
Coffee chocolate.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I've got vanilla, like the boring white girl I am.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever shotgunned anything?
No, I don't think so. I have been around a lot of groups of people while shotgunning, especially after like a beer league softball game.
Sure.
But I don't think I've ever actually done it, or at least not punctured the can. So I'm a little anxious about it.
Okay. Well.
Okay, so I want it to line up here.
So you want to line it up.
With,
line it
like,
up with tab.
Here.
Yeah. Yeah, about there. I don't know what any of these keys do. Shout out to the pandemic.
And moving.
Yeah, you want to make a little air bubble for yourself, and I've never done one on a can this big before, so
This
Lord,
isn't gonna be fun either.
Lord help us all.
I gotta stop letting you.
You keep saying, hey, we gotta film stuff.
I'm gonna watch you do
Yeah,
this.
so what you want to do is, you just kind of point it away from your face,
Mm-hmm.
and then you make a little hole for yourself.
Okay. This
Yeah.
seems dangerous.
Yes, there is an element of danger to it.
Okay.
So don't try this at home. We are trained professionals.
Except for me, who we just said has never done this before.
Exactly. We are
Okay.
trained professionals.
All right.
I don't think my hole's big enough, but See, that can happen. All right.
So you just make that a little bigger.
Yep. You just make your hole.
What?
You just make your hole size to your comfort.
I'm now covered in coffee.
The-
Oh, I'm
okay.
already sad about my shoes.
That's a really big hole. I would
Okay.
suggest not making it any bigger than that.
all right.
Um,
Here, I got you these.
Thank
keys
you.
That may or may not work anymore.
Thank you.
Man.
Oh,
I know.
why did you wear those shoes?
Because they look cool and I
They
love
do
them.
look cool.
My hand's covered in coffee. I'm covered. Okay, and so what purpose does the top
So the top part will like relieve the pressure. So because like
Haven't we already relieved the pressure?
you have relieved the pressure, but like not like the downward pressure. So like whenever you the old school like cans of juice. Yeah. So like now you got to do like this part.
Oh,
yeah.
Make it safe.
Yeah. Now you gotta.
I mean, I tried to do that with the key.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're folded in.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try to fold it in a little bit. Safety first, but also just
I think we got to just do this here.
All right. I'm not stalling.
Not at all.
Okay.
Well, this is not very good.
No, you made a very big hole. I'm just maybe you just like take off your shoes.
Okay.
That's
You're not wrong.
This.
Sorry, Air Maxes. Today's not your day. I'm doing
I wore my garbage shoes.
Now I'm an inch shorter at least.
All
right.
Okay. And so now you just you put it up to your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna open the top. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? And see you on the other side. Ah.
Well, we did it.
Ooh.
Why do we do this again?
Cause I like now I feel like I can like. We've never like climbed this tree, but like it's very climbable. Like
It's not.
there's some great branches.
You're looking at the wrong camera. Look at that one.
Look at that camera, but like there's some really great branches on that tree, and now I want to investigate.
Do you want to climb a tree?
Maybe.
All right.
I feel like anything is possible now, don't you?
No, I want to take a nap still. Or throw up. Well, this has been fun. Good luck staying awake, everyone. This may or may not work. We'll let you know in a couple hours.
Yeah, we'll see where we're at in a couple of hours. Drink lots of water. That's also important to this.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
What are you gonna do with you?
Well, I feel invigorated.
I feel terrible.
That was your first time doing a shotgun, so
Yeah, I still don't recommend shotgunning coffee canned beverages.
Yeah, it was a lot of just sugar coming like straight to my head. So be careful. Be careful. These are your
Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah, your gay aunts telling you to just be careful out there, kids.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't have a transition.
Yeah, you don't have you know who else is careful out there, kids?
I was like, who else has gay aunts? I don't know anything about
I can't speak for that.
Nope, I don't know.
But we do have a friend joining us today. His name is André Carlisle, and you may know him from his work on the Diaspora United podcast. And let's welcome him in today. Good morning.
Hey, André.
First off, Andre, thank you for being here. Who are you wearing, first of all?
I am wearing a shirt that my sister got me that basically says that I overthink too much. And it's kind of become my, man, see, that doesn't work.
No, it works.
Like this. Yeah, I'm trying to be shady, but yeah, I'm wearing I basically wear it as a pajama shirt. So
Excellent.
I have not changed because I am tired, and working from home allows me these joys in life.
Yeah, we went for the fluffy robe this morning, and I think it was a good choice. I think I'll be wearing it all day because who needs real clothes after waking up at 3:30? It's just
A robe is a very good idea. If I had a robe, I would definitely rock it right now and never stop. Actually, I probably would have worn it the entire quarantine period.
I know,
Probably
if I had
didn't
this
have
sooner,
to.
I'd just be like an old man shuffling along.
Yeah.
Oh, so this game happened.
It sure did.
It
happened.
It was circled on the calendar. Sweden, USA, that darn matchup that everyone dreads, and didn't go well for this U.S. women's national team. I noticed there's someone behind you. Who is that behind you on that background?
For those unfamiliar, that would be one, Andy Sullivan. She is a midfielder. Typically plays in, the middle of defense, kind of in that sixth role, that as a defensive midfielder. Can also play center back. I've seen her do that from time to time.
I have a question. Does the U.S. women's national team know about her? Has she played for them?
Unclear. Unclear whether they know about her yet. I'm not sure. It seemed like she did get on the pitch for a hot second in the build-up, and that second was very hot because then it was over and never happened again. So just throwing it out there that you might want to have a backup true defensive midfielder that can do some things that a normal six does.
Yeah, if there's any national teams out there who are just on the hunt for a midfielder who could help you out with getting the ball from the defense up to the forwards.
Any midfielder, any national team who just had a really bad outing against Sweden, there are some, there's one I'm thinking of in particular. I'm not going to drop names. So,
it's too soon to name names. Yeah, we don't want to be a gossip here.
No.
Looking around the tournament today so far, has anyone else been really exciting for you to watch?
Oh yeah, I think the tournament's been great so far. We had Brazil goes crazy, beats China,
that was great.
5-0. That was wild. Yeah, that was wild. Didn't expect that. Thought China was a little better. Obviously, they'll have more opportunities to play. Yeah, no, definitely didn't expect 5. So we'll see. I think Canada and Japan, I was a little disappointed Canada didn't get the win. It ended up being 1-1. I thought they played quite well and kind of had Japan disjointed, which is a really hard thing to do. But it ended 1-1. So I think there's still positives that can be taken really on both sides because Japan had to fight back. This is going to sound a bit ridiculous because I think the final score was 10-3, was it? With the Netherlands and Zambia. Yeah. But Barbara Banda got a hat trick for Zambia, and that's awesome. She scored all their goals, and I'm here for that. So
scored more goals than the U.S. women's national team today. So
sure did something. 3 times more. Yeah. So that's they're only behind the U.S. goal differential. That's it.
That's a pretty great debut, I think.
Not bad.
If you have to draw against Netherlands in the first round, it's a good way to come out.
Yeah, it was brutal and kind of, it didn't anticipate a great performance, but I still think that, I always want what I really want for teams that are onto the scene, but I don't really want to disrespect them, and talk about how they're not going, talk about them as if they're not, they don't have professionals or they should just be lucky to be there because they earned the right to be there. So obviously should be there. But, there are discrepancies in, how resources and training and, facilities and just, dollars that are admitted, coaches that are being able to be brought over or just grown organically. So there's a lot of different discrepancies, but again, he deserved to be there. And I think they going up against Netherlands first match is rough. Yeah. So was glad to see a hat trick from Barbara Banda to kind of show people hey, can actually ball out a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little balm for the soul after that.
The defense might not be there, but they can be dangerous and scoring goals is important.
Yeah. We'll have some things to work on after that, but something to be happy about. Do you think about do you have any some too early hot takes of who might miss knockouts right now?
Oh, I don't think I still don't think enough of the tournament has happened for me to have a hot take about that.
Fair.
I still think that the one place where I still think that Australia and New Zealand are going to be the two that miss out. I think the three are going to come from the other two groups. So I think only Sweden and the US are going to move on. So that's kind of been where I am, and nothing has changed that yet. But it's early.
Some might call that a hot take.
Really?
I mean, the folks who love the Australian national team, they might call that a hot take.
Yeah, I suppose. Just their lead up to the Olympics was not great.
Yeah, they had a hard
love
time
to let in a lot of goals, and they're in a group that, like, if you're gonna, like, I think in terms of the strength of the other groups, I think there are stronger third teams if you're looking at just by like ranked numbers, So I'm, again, could be wrong, would be fine being wrong, but right now, kind of is what it is. It looks like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I look over at that group with Great Britain, and I'm just like, oh, all four teams want out of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking. Like, it's going to be interesting in some of those other groups. And if somebody goes out, it's going to be very interesting to find out who didn't do well enough in one of those other groups to get leapfrogged by either New Zealand or Australia. Yeah, I'm saying New Zealand. Why not?
And then before we go, anything that you would like to add as like a soothing parting words for U.S. Women's National Team fans who might be hitting the panic button a little too early?
Well, I think just that. It's too early to hit the panic button. That's what I will say. I think I tweeted, like, lessons are being learned. If lessons are learned, it will be too early to panic. In fact, there will be no panic needed if we have learned lessons. Yeah, it was not good. It was just not good. I obviously don't expect the U.S. Women's National Team to have another performance like that the entire tournament, even if they happen to end up playing Sweden again. Don't expect that to happen again. So I think we've lived through very early in the morning their worst experience, the worst match that they're likely to play. There were things they could have done in the match to make it less disastrous. One of those things obviously cannot be done now. Andy Sullivan is with the Washington Spirit, and it's fine. But there still are some things with the talent that's there that can be put in different positions, different formations, different kind of instructions in terms of build-up play, movements, things like that. I think Megan Rapinoe got their ass kicked, and responding to an ass kicking is not something that you normally see the U.S. Women's National Team have to do, but they're a group that can. And I'm almost, this is going to sound bad, but I'm almost happy that it happened already. Because if this was a knockout round, that'd be it. They'd be out, and just this torrent deluge of just anger and all the hot takes that are flying around would just be perpetual and nonstop until the next international tournament. And thankfully, we have a game in 3 days, and we'll move on.
Yeah, quicker turnaround time on that. Yeah, that's a good point. It's better to do it now than in a knockout round and just kind of nip it in the bud and respond. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and of
course,
on to the next game.
On to the next one. We will see if those lessons have indeed been learned.
All right, that's gonna do it for us. We will see you again on Saturday morning with our wrap up of U.S. Women's National Team versus New Zealand. Hopefully it goes better.
Yep. Thanks to Andre. Thanks to Bo for keeping us company and awake. Thank you to Sweden for putting on a show this morning.
Thanks for that.
And we'll catch you on Saturday.
We'll see ya.